What's up guys, my name's Diachronic, your host here on this Destiny video. In today's video, we're going to be doing the top 5 PvP weapons in Destiny based on the current meta, based on some date. I don't know what day it is because it's the summer and I don't need to know what day it is because I am off on summer. But anyways, we're going to be doing the top 5 for the PvP weapons. I just wanted to mention the fact that if you guys wanted to enter your comment into the next top 5, I will be featuring the people's top 5 in the next one. So today's top 5 obviously is going to be the PvP one. I am the only one that did it because I recommended it on the previous video and all that stuff. So if you guys wanted to be in the next top 5, make sure you include hashtag Diachronic top 5 in your comment, and I will make sure to include your comment in the next top 5 and feature you. And if you guys have the most votes, you're more likely to be featured. If you guys have the most wacky kind of idea for top 5, the most thing that people will watch, again, I'll most likely to feature you. So make sure you go down in the comments, rate, vote up a lot of people, and see if we can get this in here to be able to get the best top 5 for you guys in the future. Another thing I wanted to know is that this one is going to be kind of a weird video. It's going to upset a lot of people, and these are based on my own opinions. These are based on the time to kill of a weapon, the ease of killing a weapon, the best ability to kill multi-kills, get lots of kills in a row, as well as just the look of the weapon also contribute to how I rate these weapons. These things are all contributors, obviously kind of in that order for the most part, as well as just the fact that, you know, just kind of from experience of using these weapons and how easy it is to use these weapons. But enough of that who-dattery, let's move in. Coming in at number 5 is the Messenger. This is a Trouser of Cyrus pulse rifle with high, and I mean high, damage. This weapon can get up to 41 damage headshots for a pulse rifle. There are weapons in this game, hand cannons in this game, that can't even achieve that for a body shot. To be able to do that kind of stuff is just absolutely mind-blowing, especially the fact that it shoots out 3 rounds, gets up to 41 damage a headshot, and absolutely wrecks them. This is a long-range pulse rifle. I have to say, the fire rate on this weapon is the only downside. It is just very, very low fire rate, and I recommend if you're going to be using this weapon, try to compete with snipers. Now, again, your highest competition will be snipers. Because of your low fire rate and your high damage, you will be trying to do fight against snipers, and snipers are going to be the ones that are going to take you down. But I recommend if you're using this weapon, this is the best place to use it because this weapon does not fire fast and it has a high damage. This basically defines what a sniper rifle is, not to mention the fact that it has third eye, which basically means you can be aiming down sights and still see your radar. This is actually very effectual at being able to look down long ranges and still stay safe. This means that you can look down long ranges and just look down and try to shoot at people and still be able to look at where the enemies are, so you can have better reaction times while looking down sights. You can look around corners with this thing. I like to do it like the stalker technique, just like, you know, kind of Call of Duty reference there. Stalker around the corner, basically aiming down around the corner and still having your radar out and still being able to see your enemies and all that stuff, which is actually a really phenomenal weapon. Again, the only drawback is it's so slow, and I think it's really good. Another great perk on this weapon is if you hit a body shot, you're going to be doing more damage on headshots. When you hit that body shot, you're going to be doing 41 damage headshot instead of 38. This makes it so you can actually shoot like 5 shots and actually kill somebody with 5 shots instead of the 3 shot. It's going to be 2 3-shot bursts, 2 shots most of the time in the head. It's just a phenomenal weapon, such high damage and so hard to compete with, especially at sniper range. Coming in at number 4 is the Red Death. Big trivia, this is the first weapon that these are ever sold. This weapon is sexy looking. This is probably one of the biggest reasons it's here, other than the fact that it's a phenomenal weapon, is that it looks sexy with its red glow on it. It's got the spikes, it's got the knife, it's got that really cool kind of like sight with a skull on it. When you look at it from the side view, it still looks awesome. This weapon is a Vanguard weapon that's been bloodied and cursed, and the little description that it shows is also badass. Not to mention that this weapon, again, is a 2-burst pulse rifle, which means it can 2-burst somebody in the head and get the fatal kill. This weapon is phenomenal, not only for the fact that it can do 36 damage a headshot when you have that upgraded impact on it, but as well as the fact that it has a much better fire rate than the Messenger. If I was going to pair this weapon, I'd say this weapon is a pulse rifle for mid-range engagements, which means it doesn't really go great on far range, which is decent, and it doesn't really go great on close ranges, but if you can keep people in your mid-ranges, you will dominate all the time. Except for the fact that the most powerful hand cannons in the game. But what this weapon has are 2 perks that really make it really good against these dominating hand cannons in the game. First and foremost, this weapon is easier to fire under getting shot. You know, it's like toughness. You won't be shooting up in the air just because you're getting shot. This makes it so it's much better at close range, which is why I would recommend it to mid to close range, but not very close range, because obviously these are going to be dominated by really close range hand cannons and shotguns and all that stuff. But again, this weapon can perform at those ranges, as well as the perk that makes it so when you get a kill, your health and shields start regeneration. This is a great counter to Thorn, which basically just makes you start burning outside of shooting them. It just absolutely stops that from happening. You get burned from Thorn, you kill that enemy first, your health just goes straight back up, hits by burn, and basically puts you about full health and a little bit of damage on your shields, which is very phenomenal, especially when you're fighting multiple Thorns. It's very, very good getting that outside of that long range and keeping you alive, as well as the fact just in normal engagements against non-Thorns, you get a kill, gets you that ability to get your health regenerating, and gets you that ability to be able to get multi-kills, which is absolutely phenomenal. This weapon excels, has great magazine, I think 26 in a clip, so is again, phenomenal weapon and a great dealer. Just overall has almost every range that it can attain. Coming in at number 3 is actually the thing I was talking about, is actually a 4-way tie. Again, these are going to be 4 shotguns that are pretty much all the same based on their fire rate, range, impact, and I've decided to pile them all into all of these into 4, so I didn't have to dominate this list with just straight up shotguns, because these are very powerful and one of the biggest damage dealers out there. So coming in, we have the Fellwinter's Lie, the Matador, the Party Crasher, and the Astral Horizon. The Astral Horizon being at the bottom of the bunch, and the Fellwinter and Matador and Party Crasher being on top. I couldn't really decide between them. A lot of people probably prefer the Party Crasher. The Fellwinter's Lie is the more rare one, because you have to get it from that one time that the Iron Banner sold it, and probably the next time it sold it, so it's more rare in that aspect. But the Matador seems to be the most common these days, because it seems to drop like every single time in Crucible for the bottom 3 people. Is that just me, or it seems like they always get it, and I've still not gotten a Matador? Some things to run down on these weapons. The reason why the Astral Horizon is at the bottom, because it cannot be rerolled. It is a Trials of Osiris weapon with the ability to refill its mag from super being cast, which is actually a really good upgrade, as well as another one I can't really remember, but it really wasn't that good if I don't remember. The other shotguns, the Party Crasher, Fellwinter's Lie, the Matador, the reason why these are the best shotguns in the game, because you can re-roll them. Not only for the fact that they have the most amazing range and most amazing impact, poopy fire rate, but that doesn't matter. You can re-roll them to have shot package and the steady aim or final round. These are insane. If you compare, like, if you have shot package and final round on one of these shotguns, you hit that final round, I wouldn't be surprised if you could outgun an assault rifle at like long mid range with this weapon, because it is just ridiculous how much damage that this weapon can do. If you hit one of those pellets with final round shot package, you are having a good time, my friend, because these weapons absolutely dominate with the blink shotgun, and I feel just disgusted talking about this because I haven't gotten one yet. So yes, I'm part of those guys who are just like, this needs to be fixed, but even if I did have one, I'd be like, this really does need to be fixed. I have the Astral Horizon, and I'm saying this gun needs to be fixed. They cannot let you have shot package on this weapon. They cannot let you blink twice in a row. They need some cooldown on this thing. The shotguns are absolutely dominating. If it weren't for the powerful hand cannons and some of the pulse rifle, the shotguns would just be dominating. If they could get if they could get out of their range, outside of the sniper rifle range, there would be no other weapon in the game. Might as well have like an AA-12 with like 100-meter range on it, like real life, if you're gonna do this stuff. And it's just kind of ridiculous that these weapons are ours, but they are just phenomenal, most damage. And honestly, I don't know why you would come in with anything else unless you were trying to do sniper. Coming in at number 2 is going to be a surprise for all of you. A lot of you guys are going to be thinking that this is going to be number 1, but no! Number 2 in the countdown is the Thorn. Now, this is kind of the T-Rex of weapons. Most people think it's going to be the number 1 weapon in the game, but that's not true. There is going to be a Spinosaurus that's going to be better than it, which is actually a bigger dinosaur. You should look it up on Google. This thing is pretty badass looking. But anyways, that's just a metaphor. The Thorn, one of the most powerful and the most used weapon in PvP, has the most insane set of abilities, and is the only weapon with the burn ability to be able to destroy your enemies. So starting off, this weapon does 84 damage headshots, but paired with the burn that it has, can get you 2 headshots for 1 kill. Basically, pop 2 headshots on somebody and they will die. This is unacceptable, Bungie. This is the most ridiculous weapon you've ever had. And I really don't know why it has not been nerfed yet, but this weapon is phenomenal. It has 9 shots in a clip. Basically has that ability so that if you tag an enemy, they will burn, I think, 4 or 5 times, give you an extra 7 damage per burn, and absolutely destroy the enemies. And I don't know why it has not been kind of like reduced, or the timers are reduced. It basically keeps your health down for like an entire like 30 seconds or so. You get shot, your health goes down. You get shot again, your health goes down a little bit, and you get hit in the body. You're out for like a good like 10-15 seconds. You cannot fire back or you will die. This weapon, it absolutely destroys no matter what you do. If you get 2-3 body shots, if you get 3 body shots with this thing, you get a kill. This is an insane weapon. It looks badass with the green glowy abilities. The fact that it shoots out spikes. If you've never seen it, shoot it at a wall. You'll see a spike sticking out of a wall. That is just demonic and just really cool, actually. It's just actually a really cool thing on it, and it's a phenomenal weapon. Now a lot of you guys are probably thinking, what is number 1? Most of you are probably thinking, I know what number 1 is, because he hasn't said it yet, and I know what I've been killable for, but I don't agree that it's number 1. Well, I'm going to be proving to you guys why I picked number 1 for number 1 instead of the Thorn. Coming in at number 1 in the countdown of the top 5 PvP weapons is the last word, and I'm going to prove to you right here, right now, why I think the Thorn is beaten by the last word. Starting off, this weapon has amazing fire rate. This weapon can be fired full auto from the hip, from anything, and it does still significant damage. Body shots are about 51 damage. This guarantees a maximum of 4 damage at any range. At far ranges, 51 damage body shots will guarantee you 4-shot maximum, no matter what you do. And this thing has 8 shots in a row, basically guaranteeing you at least 2 kills with a clip if you do not miss. However, this weapon also has the ability that has a lot better stability, lots of different perks of better stability, better accuracy when firing from the hip, allows a better just being able to just aim down sights and having that good accuracy, as well as the fact the last word makes it so you do more damage from hip fire. I personally don't recommend getting that hip fire kill because it actually makes it so you miss a lot more often, and that's not that great. What I do recommend is abusing, and I'm not saying you should, but what I recommend is going for that thing where you just about aiming in sights, you just aim in sights, it still counts it as having that hip fire, which is not acceptable. I think is a glitch in the game. Basically, if you're just hip firing and you just aim in and you try to get a headshot, you'll get 110 damage a headshot, and that is ridiculous. That is more damage than a Thorn does. That is more damage than a lot of other like pulse rifles. That's more damage than I think a scout rifle can do. That is ridiculous. Coming in from a short range hand cannon that's automatic, a 110 damage headshot allows you to have a 0.3 second kill minimum. That is ridiculous. That is 10 frames in a video on YouTube. That is a 0.3 of a second. That is a fraction of a time that it would take to even react to a situation. They say it takes about 0.75 seconds to be able to react, to actually analyze and react into a crash, sometimes even 1.5 seconds for average people, and minimum at 0.5 seconds to be able to react to a crash in a car accident. You're thinking about something that's 0.3 seconds. Gamers, the people with the best reaction speed, cannot even attain such great gravitas on a weapon to be able to react to this, as well as the fact that it's easy to use. This weapon is automatic, high fire rate. If you miss, who cares? Hit another body shot. If you get all 4 shots on somebody, you have another 4 shots and you can kill another person. If you get 3 headshots, you kill somebody. Even without the glitch, that's 3 headshots, you can kill another person with plenty of ammo to spare. Not to mention that this weapon is sexy as all hell. Yes, I said it, this weapon is sexy. I gave it the worst review for PvE, and to be honest, it is not a good PvE weapon, but in PvP, it absolutely destroys. So again, my reasoning for the fact that it is better than the Thorn is the fact that it can kill in 0.3 seconds, whereas the Thorn cannot, and the fact that it is easier to use. I find myself, personally, I don't like using the Thorn. Not only for the fact that I feel like scum for using it, also for the fact that I'm not that good at it. I'm not that accurate. The Thorn requires accuracy beyond measure, and to be pinpoint the last word, you just gotta pull the trigger and point. You really don't have to aim, which makes it the #1 weapon in PvP in Destiny. Alright, well that's pretty much the top 5 for you guys today. I'm actually really winded. This has been like a long video. I've actually done like 3 times, so that's like 45 minutes of straight energy and talking. But I hope you guys did enjoy. This videos actually take a lot more time to make, and I really do hope you guys do like it. If you could leave a like down below, it would be really appreciated. If we can hit 1,000 likes, I will upload the next top 5 within the next 6 days. I will work my ass off to try to make the next top 5 happen within the next 6 days. Again, I was going to try to do something like once a week kind of thing, but I will make sure it happens within the next 5 or 6 days. Let's put it out there, 5 or 6 days. If you guys get over 2,000 likes, I will make sure it happens in the next 3 days. That's just kind of like blow out of the water, so I dare you, go for it. And again, if you want to submit your comments for the next top 5, make sure you include hashtag Diachronic top 5 in your comment, and I'll make sure you include it in the next top 5 that I showcase. Anyways, that's the top 5 again. I hope you guys did enjoy. My name's been Diachronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.